You might have got motivated by me today, decided to make your first TikTok tonight in your hotel room or on the way home, and your video might get more views than me. That is a level of meritocracy that is insane. That is the biggest opportunity in the world. There are hundreds of examples a week of somebody posting something about their business or a product in their business on TikTok that sells out at a scale that all their best practices in A/B testing, CAC, LTV, ROAS, conversion, performance marketing couldn't do on its best day. For free.
I'm curious on what your thoughts are in integrating AI when it comes down to building a personal brand as well as using social media marketing. How is it going to help us? How is it going to hinder us, especially with the current trust recession that we're noticing on social media with online selling?
It's going to impact it at the highest level.
Yeah.
AI is going to impact every one of you professionally and personally the same way the internet did in 1997, 8, 9 when it started. It is the single biggest technology shift of the last 30 years, and the way it's gonna change is monumental. There's so many things to this. First, for our day-to-day workflow, what used to cost 30 or 40 people to do something and cost millions of dollars will now be done better for $9.99 a month. That's real life. It's going to allow people who already have personal brand to scale and get more market share. It's going to allow people that have no personal brand catch up to people like us, like that, if they know what they're doing. So, you know, I think that, here's how I think about AI for everyone in this room. Similar to what I just talked about with social, you cannot put your head in the sand on this one. You must spend 50 to 100 hours of homework. Downloading stuff, playing with stuff, reading stuff, listening to podcasts. Again, what gets me motivated and baffled is a room like this that is at this level. Again, I bring up a Sunday, June 1st. You're here to have that level of discipline, to have that level of ambition, to have that level of grit, but to then be lazy and not put in the 100 hours of homework over the next 6 months to learn AI baffles me every time. But not really, because I know some people like doing certain stuff more than other stuff, right? Some stuff you love doing, some stuff you hate doing. I get it. I was a DNF student. I know what it means to not like to do stuff. So, you know, I think it's gonna change absolutely everything. I don't think people here understand how big of a shift this is, me included, and I've spent thousands of hours trying to study this. This is big stuff.
Could you give us an example of how you see it like changing? Like, what when you say it's gonna change, I agree with you, but
I just asked everybody to post twice a day on 7 platforms. I'm gonna post 4,000 times a day using AI. How about that?
Point taken.
And it's gonna cost me the same amount of money because it's gonna be 5 people using AI to do the work of what used to cost me 100 people to do it. I couldn't do 4,000 pieces of content because I couldn't afford the manpower to do it. Now I will. You might be noticing I use history a lot to predict the future. I was a really poor student, as I just mentioned, but I used to get A's and B's in history, and I never understood why. It was kind of always like weird to me even. I'm like, I mean, I knew I was interested in it, and I listened, and that was enough to get an A or a B. In every other class, I didn't listen. I was just trying to sell shit. But now I really understand why history was so important to me. Subconsciously as a kid, I knew where I was going, and I knew that I needed to use history to predict the future. You cannot imagine how big of a deal all of this is, right? You cannot imagine how much this is gonna change our world. History. Do you understand that the video did not exist for that long? Like, video is a new invention. I just want you to ground everybody. The motion picture video, it's only 100 years old, or maybe a little more. This is new. In the history of the world, video proof is brand new. We have all lived in a life where video proof is the judge and the jury of truth in our society. Yes? Like, I as a teenager watched Rodney King in Los Angeles, and it changed the course of how I saw the world. I had to see the video proof. JFK got assassinated, video proof. Like, video proof, right? You understand? So, bless you, brother. So for 100 plus years, video, not the Supreme Court, not Russia, China, America, video has been the judge and the jury of our society because we could believe it. In 10 years, nobody in this conference will believe a single video they see because of AI. There are videos of me right now online of saying things I never said. You would have no idea that I didn't say it. This is a profound shift. It's called deep fake video. I'm sure some of you have heard that term. This is why I'm bullish on the blockchain, which right now we think about for NFTs or Bitcoin, but the blockchain is a decentralized server, a ledger of truth. I have already started putting all my videos on the blockchain from my personal wallet and address, so that in the future, when you see a video online, I believe there'll be technology that creates validation between the blockchain and the internet of truth. There's a lot coming, friends.
Wow.
I have a 20 and a 23-year-old boy, girl, but the point I'm making is they seem to be very engaged in what you're talking about. Like, I can watch them and they're in it, right? They know it. But it may not be the fit, right, for them to be doing what you're telling us
Correct.
to do. And
yeah, just because a kid is 18 to 25 doesn't mean that they should be in social media marketing.
Right.
Just because they grew up with it and understand it. Like, we grew up with a lot of things that we shouldn't have made careers out of. Our generation, and definitely the generation above us, just decided in the last 10 years, like, oh, I have a 19-year-old niece, she should be the head of social media.
Right, yeah. That's what I'm struggling with, is like, they're finding their way in it. You know, we're pushing it on them. That's probably not the best thing to do, but the reason is because I feel like they know it. They know what to put out.
No, they don't know it as much as you think, brother.
Yeah.
They know how to use it to like watch the stuff they want. They know how to use it to like hook up and have a booty call.
I hope not.
They don't.
I hope not. Listen, I'm not gonna believe that, okay? I don't want to think about that.
Bro, your daughter's 20. What the hell do you want?
Stop.
What were you doing when you were 20?
Oh, please, no, not that.
So I would say that one of the great mistakes that entrepreneurs and small businesses are making is they just think every 20-year-old knows how to do social media marketing.
Right.
This is one of the hardest skills in the world. Truly, it's hard. I just want everybody to know. VaynerMedia, the company I run, which I started 14 years ago, we've gone from zero to $350 million a year in revenue. We're the best at it. And when I tell you, like, it's hard, I have to spend a year or two training people on it who are either kids or people that have been in Madison Avenue marketing for 20 years. Neither of them actually know it. The only people in my company that know it have been at the company for a decade.
Right.
It's hard.
So then the main piece of this question then comes to you with this, right? So it's, how do you find those people that, I mean, like, what's the right ad that I need to put out?
I got it.
To find those people that we need?
I stood up because I'm excited. Let me break this down for you. This is gonna be important. If we're talking this talk, if you're kind of getting motivated to be like, let me take another look or a deeper look at social. I have really good news. It was really hard to answer that question 3 years ago. I've been asked it a million times. It's a lot easier now. Let me break it down. Social media changed 3 years ago. It used to be get as many followers as you can get, and then when you would post a lot of them, a good percentage of them would see it. It worked like email marketing, right? Build as many followers as possible. When I had 6 million followers on Instagram 4 or 5 years ago, I knew how many people would see a post every time. It would always be between 700,000 and a million. Like, it was email marketing. Then TikTok came along. How many people here followed me in 2018, 17, 19 when I was yelling out of my ass about TikTok? Raise your hands. Raise them high. Most of you regret not going all in when I was yelling about that. When I was yelling about that, what I recognized was something that I saw in something called Tumblr in 2009. How many people remember Tumblr? Tumblr did something different. That's why I invested in it. It didn't do social, it did interest. It wasn't about who you followed, it's what you were into. My thesis is in 2009, which played out because I was a little older then. I was 34, I wasn't 22. I'd already lived that some of my high school and college friends were no longer as close to me at 34, not because I liked them any less, but I think youngsters, what the OGs will tell you in this room is having a common interest is what keeps friendships. My friends today, that from high school and college, just happen to be Jets and Knicks and trading card fans. Because we've stayed interested in that, we've stayed friends. My other friends that were into different stuff, I've less connection with because we don't have the same interest. I've always thought that interest was the most important. The reason I'm so excited about fathers collecting with daughters, be friends, I genuinely believe that they will have better relationships with their daughters in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s because they had a 5-year window where they collected something together every day. Common interests matter. Anyway, what has happened was the interest graph always was more interesting to me than the social graph. In fact, I would argue we don't live in social media anymore. We live in interest media. You guys all know this because when you open your phone and go to TikTok and Instagram now, it's not showing you content from people that you follow. It's showing you content of the thing you're currently into. This is why when the politics thing comes up, I always laugh. Facebook and Instagram and TikTok didn't make you political. You were political. You're being exposed by the algorithm, not changed by the algorithm. My friends, you're the algorithm. Let me tell you how I can prove that to you. If tonight you go home and you're like, yeah, too much politics and it's all negativity. If you literally go home tonight and go to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or TikTok, and you type in the search, positivity and happiness, and all the results, if you like and follow and share and leave a comment on 100 posts, when you open up your app the next day, your algorithm will look different. If you open my algorithm right now, it is trading cards, sunshine, kittens, happiness, and the New York Jets and Knicks. There's no fucking politics this, politics that. The algorithm exposed you. It didn't change you. We live in the, So, to answer my question long-winded, we are now in the interest media world. What does that mean to everyone here? Something that's gonna motivate the crap out of you. I have 15 million followers on TikTok. When I go to the airport right now, if I make a piece of content, it will be judged on the content, not on how many followers I have. You might have got motivated by me today, decided to make your first TikTok tonight in your hotel room or on the way home, and your video might get more views than me. That is a level of meritocracy that is insane. That is the biggest opportunity in the world. There are countless, and I mean hundreds of examples a week of somebody posting something about their business or a product in their business on TikTok that sells out at a scale that all their best practices in A/B testing, CAC, LTV, ROAS, conversion, performance marketing couldn't do on its best day. For free. This is a huge deal that will go away when we go to glasses because the whole game will get reset because this will no longer be the primary device in 6 to 7 years and everything will change. And so for the next half decade, I need you to go all in on this. How do you find someone? Here's the way. I used to not be able to really be able to tell you how to find something. First, you yourselves have to do it. You can't judge something you don't know. First, begrudgingly, for many of you, you will have to post on these platforms to get context. But the way you judge everyone now in marketing of social is the following. How many views does their picture and video get for you? Because everything is merit based on the content. Got it? If I made a piece of content for your business, it would get more views than everybody else in here because I know how to make the thumbnail, the first three. I will do better. It won't be luck. Not using GaryVee or promoting it. I would just know what to make better than everyone here. You guys can all put in the 25 to 50 hours of work to get better at that. Once you do it a little bit, you have a little bit of a baseline. You now know that when you post, you get 100 views organically. So when you hire someone and they get 40,000 per post, you're like, good. Or when you give it to your daughter and she gets 80 views, you're like, fuck, he was right. Because the daughter in that scenario doesn't know the business. I can teach all of you the thumbnail, the first 3 seconds of the video, the copy. That's the game.
With the niche plumbing service that we have, going what you said with Google AdWords, what data or suggestions would you have going over to LinkedIn ads or Nextdoor?
The ads are going to get dramatically more expensive. It's not like people are going to not use Google. It's just that so many less people are going to use Google, thus driving up the price, because you and your competitors are going to have to pay more to get to the levels of results that you wanted. Bless you. I think one thing that all of you should start searching and learning is AI chatbots and AI agent optimization, right? So for example, I'll just do it in real time right now. I don't know how many of you use voice. This is how I like doing my ChatGPT queries. I find my voice being easier than just typing it out. Hey, I'm in Orlando, and I'm just about to finish up this talk, and I have 15 minutes before I have to leave for the airport, and I'm super into chicken wings. What's the best chicken wing place from, where are we, the Hilton? At the Hilton in Orlando, thank you. All right, so what I just did on ChatGPT was do a query, right? That would be something that I would normally search in either Postmates or Uber Eats or Google. This is now giving me answers to it. Okay, you're in Orlando International. So the first result is a Wingstop. Then a Buffalo Wild Wings. Now I'll go, I don't like these because they're more national chains. Can you give me a local spot? So Wingstop and Buffalo Wild Wings is already showing up here, first results, right? On organic search in a chat environment. Now, that wing spot, Flyers Wings and Grill, Greg's Place Wings came up first, second, and third. Google is just moving to these things. Learning how to win the SEO, not the SEM, search engine optimization, that's the organic results, not the ads, is what you need to start figuring out now. I'm sure they're gonna have an ad product as well, and then you'll be able to pay there. But that hasn't evolved yet, but that would be the answer, brother.
Gary, can you, because not everybody was here that one time that you talked about AI piece. The one that was fascinating to me was when you were saying, because a lot of people here have personal brands and part of their business, you know, and you were saying how in the very near future, if you don't have that, and this is why shooting that content these next 5 years is so freaking important, is because in the future, you know, when someone talks, and when I say future, I don't mean in 40 years, like you're talking next couple of years. You were saying like they might say to AI when they get home, hey, order me pizza tonight. And that's where if they don't have a brand and no one knows their pizza company, they're screwed because they're just gonna pull their own. Can you explain that one?
The only thing that's left a decade from today in business is brand.
The only thing that's left will be brand?
That's right, because everything else is gonna get commoditized and intermediary, like these bots and agents are gonna make the decisions for us. So the only way you'll stop a bot from ordering wherever they want to order the chicken wings from, or whoever they want to use for real estate, or whatever you want to buy, the only way that you're gonna be able to sell stuff is the human is gonna say, no, I prefer Domino's over Pizza Hut, so I'm gonna set my preferences. Otherwise, everything's gonna naturally happen, and all the toll booths, OpenAI, Amazon, Apple, Google, they're gonna own all the money. They're gonna send it wherever the fuck they want, including creating competitive businesses to us to send it to.
Because they'll control what.
Everything's gonna become voice. Right now, people don't get it. Everything will become voice. You're gonna walk into your kitchen and you're gonna be like, hey Alexa, or hey Google, or hey OpenAI, or whoever's won the game, hey Alexa, I need, pizza tonight, and they're just gonna do whatever the fuck they want, because they're gonna know your preferences. They already know you like mushrooms and peppers. And so it's going to be very important to build a brand even more, because you're not gonna just show up on Google, or things will become passive in AI.
So it'd be like saying, if go to this, it would be like saying if someone wanted to learn about self-directed, is what we do, right? If they don't know, if they don't say, tell me what Andrew says about self-directed investing.
Let me make it even clearer. Let's say someone here is in plumbing.
Okay.
something breaks, I go to my phone and try to figure out the plumber I'm going to use. When my house is fully activated, I'm gonna be like, Alexa, Google, I need a plumber. That's all I'm gonna say, I need a plumber. Now, if you've been pounding me with content and you're Greg the plumber, I might say Greg the plumber, or when I set up the system, I may put in Greg the plumber as the default. But that's even not taking it too far. I'm not even gonna do that. When the fucking faucet breaks, it's gonna be all Internet of Things. It's just the faucet's gonna order the plumber. You understand?
No.
Okay. Everything in our world will be AI and internet enabled. It's all smart. You have things like this in your home now that are smart. So your fridge is gonna be smart. The fridge is gonna know it's broken before you know it's broken. The fridge is gonna call the fridge fixer.
Will the fridge order like food too? Like inside, like if it's missing?
That's exactly what it's gonna do. The reason the fridge is such a big business is when you're constantly drinking coconut water and you're down, and the fridge knows that you drink 2 a day and you're down to 4 and they know it's a 1-day delivery, the fridge is gonna order the coconut water for you.
Wow.
Everything is gonna be passive.
I don't know if you should clap or not. Everybody's confused. They're like,
No, I'm gonna say this nice and slow. If your great-great-grandparents walked in here right now, if we had new technology and we could put a drop of water at their tombstone and they could become alive and come outside and they would come and you're like, oh my God, great-great-great-grandpappy Gertrude, how are you? They would look around for 24 hours and be like, what the fuck is this? This is how it goes, friends. This is how it goes. And none of us, technology is undefeated. You know that, right? Technology doesn't care about your feelings or how you think it should be. And why would we have the audacity? My question to all of you is, why do you have the audacity to think your opinion on how the world should be is the way the world should be? Amen is right. Yes. And so this is coming. In fact, this is here. I'm not in the business of predicting. Then I could be wrong. This is here now. And so this is coming, it's real. And so I keep telling you, if you think your little kid on an iPad is fucking crazy now, just watch.
So I have a question about funnels.
About what?
Funnels.
Sure.
So I use Go High Level.
Yep.
I'm building a funnel right now. What would you suggest? I know I'm asking a very generic question. If I need to go specific, just let me know.
I will. I'll go back and forth with you. So what do you want people to do?
Well, what do I need to know to build?
Before that, what are we selling? What do you want people to do?
The funnel is about a DSCR loan campaign. Do you know what DSCR is?
I don't. Tell me.
investor loans.
What's that?
Investor loans, like rental properties.
Yeah,
understood.
It's an investor loan for private money. So
one TikTok of you talking about this can get you more leads than arbitraging Google at scale.
Okay. Noted.
So here's what I would say. There's tons of people that talk about funnels and how you create, landing pages and run ads on all the platforms between Google and Facebook. And there's probably tremendous amounts of very distinct, good, best practices of the moment funnel arbitrage. I see it all over the web. There's a million places you can go. What I'm telling you is that we are in the pre-dawn of humans not using these platforms for that decision making. I need you to be known. The ultimate funnel is a personal brand. Oh shit, that was good. Give me some.
That was me.
Okay, and
I noticed that not everybody, I thought when I was going for the slap, everybody would be like, oh, let me say it slow again. The ultimate funnel is a personal brand.
Wow, that's a good one.
Let me say it a different way. Kai Cenat, when he did Stream University and got 1 million people to sign up, didn't do it with fucking landing page URLs and Google AdWords. The ultimate funnel is a personal brand. And in the advancements of technology and AI chatbots and agents, it's going to matter 10 times more. You, darling, need to start making videos about what you know about this at scale on social. By the way, good news. While you do whatever your best practices is now, right? It's not or. It's and. You go do whatever the funnel people are telling you is best out there, you should do that. I'm not against it, but I'm telling you the ultimate funnel is a personal brand.
Thank you.
And I predict that you will do the left side, best funnel practices, and you'll get a certain amount of leads. And I predict here, if you take me serious, that within 24 months, you will have one post that is an organic social media post that outperforms everything you've ever done on the other side in funnels.
Say that word again.
I predict that if you go all in on funnel best practices, right, websites, ads, all that game, that if you also go all in on doing 7 posts a day organically from 1, 2, 3 videos you've made, going on podcasts, doing your own podcast, making videos, talking about this, that just one social media post organically in a 2-year window will go viral and outperform in leads everything she does on the other side on funnels for 2 years.
Let me ask you a question about
that is the story of the last 3 years. You know that, right, everyone? All of you know this because a lot of you have done the left side blocking and tackling, and then some other fucker did a random post on social and crushed, and you're like, what the fuck? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
shit.
Here, go. To even prove the point more, when we market Aspire, which is where everybody came from, we market brands. They saw a brand, they follow a brand, right? Whether it be you, Kevin O'Leary, Marcus Lemonis is a brand. They follow a brand. We call it brand marketing.
Yep.
That's what all got you eventually to this room.
And I would say that if you, and we've talked a lot about this, that if you guys added a much more serious concept of taking clips of all these characters at your events organically, that the one that goes viral that you then decide to put paid behind will outperform your best practicing A/B testing of putting me and David Goggins in a fucking picture.
Yeah. Next question on, you talk about personal brand, right? I think maybe what some entrepreneurs struggle with, I think I struggled with this one in the past was, like she's like in her thing she's doing or loans.
Yep.
Sometimes we think like, well, I don't want to make all these videos because I might not be doing these loans forever. I don't want to make these
I'm not selling wine. Like, for the people that don't know what the reference is, the first 5 years from 2006 to 2011, the only content I made, the only videos I made was me tasting wine. Some of you that have been following me for a long time have no idea that even happened. Shit changes. I don't know if you're gonna be alive tomorrow. The hell are we talking about in 7 years? I might not be fucking selling DSRs. Who gives a shit?
So just wherever you go, change it.
Yes.
Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Gary. This is Forrest Hamilton, Universal Coin and Bullion. My wife and I have 3 young daughters, and a year ago, they were complaining about not having enough money, didn't want to do more chores to earn more money. I showed them your video on the eBay, and salt and pepper shaker collectors, right? and it really blew their minds, and so they just started bringing me stuff. We started doing each of them have made thousands and thousands of dollars every single month, just selling stuff we were going to give away or stuff we were going to sell at a garage sale or this or that. Now we've started going to garage sales, doing that, and they're loving it. But what's phase 2? Like, what's the next thing that I can put 3 young teenagers on beyond eBay? Because it's blowing their minds up, but I want the next one.
The next phase of, so learning how to buy and sell stuff on eBay is a remarkably important skill set if you keep going on and wanting to be in business. Understanding supply and demand, understanding consumer behavior, understanding how to communicate through pictures and videos and words to create demand, understanding market dynamics. It's stunning, actually, how much value, if a child is destined to be entrepreneurial or in business or in marketing, how much of a training ground it is. The next step is twofold. It depends on where you want to go. The next frontier, no question, is live social shopping, TikTok shop and whatnot. Now, I'm also a parent of a 15 and 12-year-old where I have no interest, nor does my ex-wife, on our children being on the internet, and so thus rendering them to be on whatnot or TikTok shop is not in the cards for them. The other place to deviate is garage sale and knickknacks are not scalable. Contemporary collectibles is. So whether it's trading cards or Labubus, those little things that are going up, or things that they can buy at Claire's, blind bags, there are 50 to 100 Stanley water, there are 50 to 100 things right now that you could buy at Target, Walmart, and other Five Below and other stores where they could buy 100 units and they could buy it for $3 or $9 or $16 and sell it for 100% profit. That's taking them from one-off items to something a little more scalable. One of those two paths is clearly the next chapter in this game, and that's what I think you should be thinking about. Like teaching them that right now they can go to Marshall's or TJ Maxx or the dollar store, and then once they get past that tier after 3 or 4 years, you start going into actually producing or buying stuff at scale. Learning retail is like uncomfortably good training for anything you do, and so it's really cool. I'm happy for you. And then finding something that's a common interest to collect. In fact, it's funny that you're bringing this up with having daughters. I have something called VeeFriends, which is my Pokemon, Marvel, Disney, thank you. And I'm really excited about it. It's gonna probably be the next 50 years of my career. It's really the biggest thing I'm working on. And it started as NFTs, and it's one of the few projects that's doing very well still in that world. But a month ago, trading cards came out from Topps. And in VeeFriends, a big part of what I'm trying to do is scale what I believe in: compassion, empathy, kindness, patience, but also accountability, tenacity, competitiveness. And the biggest feedback, brother, I've had in the last 30 days is how many dads have found something to collect with their daughters because the characters match more to girls than, let's say, football cards or things of that nature. So I think whether it's VeeFriends or something else, finding something that's scalable that you guys can collect will take the relationship to the next level. It could be, again, little figurines or things of that nature, but there's a lot to look through in that.
I like that. Very cool. Thank you.
My name is Haley. My mom and I actually do sell on Whatnot. And so my question is, we're having a hard time getting people from either TikTok or Instagram to Whatnot. I'm finding it hard to explain, to get that jump from one social media platform to the other, to Whatnot and back. And so how do you find that you're getting people?
What's your biggest platform?
TikTok.
How many followers are on there?
Like 8,000.
Have you considered doing TikTok Shop?
Yes, it's the logistics piece of it that I'm trying to figure out. And we do sometimes live stream our Whatnot sales also on TikTok. But then TikTok gets mad because they're like, we think you're selling something. And
yes, I'm aware.
You're not doing it right.
I mean, there's two things to this. One, if you're in this room, I think that you're in a place where you'll be able to afford running ads on social media to drive to your Whatnot. Two, do you have email list?
It's being built.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Couple things to think about. I think that most people, when they're building something new, really lack patience. So I have 55 million followers on social. I have 300 people watching me live on Whatnot, and I'm ecstatic. So you have 9,000 on TikTok?
Yeah.
Right? That ratio means if you have 18 people watching you, you're crushing it. It's a patience game, right? There's DMing. So let me tell you how I'm building my Whatnot. Every single person that buys anything, anytime, I'm DMing them on Whatnot. Anytime that people are even watching, I'm literally DMing them hi while I'm on the show so that I can continue a conversation with them later. And as far as social, you're probably not pushing often or hard enough. And I get why. You don't want to become spammy, that everything that comes out of your mouth is just watch me on Whatnot, watch me on Whatnot. The reality is if you're bringing them value, so what do you sell on Whatnot?
Women's contemporary clothing and accessories.
Women's
contemporary clothing and accessories.
Great. If you go on Instagram and TikTok and be like, this piece of clothing or contemporary, this $500 item, I'm giving away for free as a giveaway on what night? This Tuesday night at 8 p.m. I have a funny feeling you'll have more people show up, right? So there's a little bit of the promotion cycle and giving people a reason why, but I think it's patience, keep putting out the content, clipping moments from your Whatnot show and putting them on other platforms. Are you posting on YouTube Shorts?
No.
What about Facebook?
Yes. No, not well.
What about, fair enough, no problem. What about Twitter X?
No.
Great. You need to be on all three of those platforms. I'm gonna say this real simple for all of you. I don't care if you do insurance, B2B, SaaS sales, or anything else. I do not think that people, and you know how much this has impacted your career. I can't express enough to all of you how all of you need to be on all these platforms seriously. I believe being good at making content for the 7 social networks and posting every day is more important in business than being able to balance your checkbook. Ding. I'm gonna say it, this is potentially the most important moment of this time together. Everybody is underestimating how important it is to make pictures and videos on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Facebook proper, every day, all 7 of them, multiple times a day. It is disproportionately the thing that can grow your business, and it is free. Of course you can run ads, but you can post organically. It is free, and when you do it, when you actually get good at it. Now, let's talk real serious here for a second. I could be sitting up here and saying, I think, oh, bless you, I could be saying, I think all of you should become basketball players, because I don't know if you've seen what's happened in the NBA, but salaries are going through the roof, and even if you're the 13th player and you never play once a day, you never play, you're just on the bench, you're making $15 million a year, that's incredible, right? Then you would say, that's nice, Gary, but how the fuck do I become good at basketball? I'm telling you that posting on social media at a very aggressive level, multiple times a day, on 7 different platforms is disproportionately the thing that will change your career. But I'm not naive, because I've been doing this for 15 years, that you have to actually be good at it. But I'm asking you, I'm basically saying something, let me say it a different way. Let me give you context. All of you should eat healthier and exercise every day. And you will live longer, it will be better. Your quality of life will be better. We can all agree that's right. We also know that the discipline and learning how to actually, I've been through a 10-year health journey, like there's right ways to do an exercise and wrong ways to do an exercise. You have to get educated on eating. There's eating for calories and there's eating clean. There's a lot of variables. But I'm gonna say it nice and slow. Since you're sitting here on a Sunday, you are ambitious and hungry and winning. You're not sitting here on a Sunday and after Memorial Day in the summer for fun. You're fucking hungry. I'm gonna say it nice and slow. Disproportionately, the biggest impact on your financial career is your ability to get remarkable at posting on 7 platforms a day, multiple times a day.
Can you give clarity? Is that the same comment post? I mean, on all 7? Or
if you go look at my stuff, which I would recommend you do, because you'll get a sense of what I'm doing, the video might be slightly different. A slightly first 3 seconds, or a little bit longer, or a little shorter, depending on the platform. The copy is definitely different. Because if I'm posting on LinkedIn, I know how you're thinking versus the way you're thinking on TikTok. You're more casual when you're in your stream on TikTok. You're more business oriented when you're on LinkedIn. Yes, you could put the same video on all 7, slightly different. At first, when you haven't committed the time to being good at it, or the resources to build a team to help you do it, or using AI, you will probably just post the same thing. As you get better and go up the game, but I cannot put enough of a nail in this coffin. The biggest mistake all of you are making is not taking this serious. And let me put a final flag on why. It's gonna go away. Everything goes away. The yellow pages were important to me when I first worked for my daddy's business. Then Yahoo and Google came along and became very much not important. Watch this. Please stand up, and don't be lazy on me. Please stand up if you, no, not yet, very good, very good. I'm impressed. Let me just tell you why you stand up. Please stand up if you now use ChatGPT or Perplexity or AI instead of Google, where you used to use Google a year ago. Stand up. I want everybody to look around. And don't stand up because you feel left out and you feel weird. Just, I want the real numbers.
Holy shit.
I knew you were going to be surprised. I need everybody to look around. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is important.
I thought I was ahead of the game now.
And we can all, this crew is winning in business, but we would also argue not the demo of the crew that is most advanced in all technologies all the time. We're already here. Now, we can please sit. By show of hands, how many people here use Google AdWords for their business? Raise your hand. Raise it high. Actually, stand up. I want the visual. Stand up if you use Google AdWords. Now, we've got people standing if you use Google AdWords, me included. If Google AdWords is really important for your business, keep standing. If it's not really important, you can sit down. I'm one of those. Okay, now, everyone who's standing should be shitting their pants. I'm serious. I'm doing this because I want you to win. Everybody who's standing, we are living through an insanely fast demise of Google AdWords. An insanely fast. You must understand immediately, and then you could say, thank you. And then if you're getting a lot of traffic from Google natural search, some of you have just been around for so long, you're on the first page results. Google search is exactly where the yellow pages was in 1999 right now. We got 24 months before this thing's in deep shit.
I mean, I love you and I hate you, bro. Because it's so good, but then I got to go redo so much shit. It's like so much work.
Listen, I'm the one that's most pissed. I've been consistently ahead of shit for the last 15 years, 20 years. Every time I see a new thing, I swear to God, I know, how many people here follow me pretty solidly? Raise your hands. You don't have to raise if you're not. So all of you know, I'm like pretty, especially if you've been following me for a while, like I'm on shit, right? I promise you might find this funny. You might think I like it. I hate it too. I'm pissed. I'm like, fuck, another thing? Like, but here's the thing. We have no choice. What are you gonna do, go out of business? Lose a real percentage of your business? And then the thing that I'm most worried about, especially for a crew like this, you're not seeing how much more you can make. Too many of you are like, no, Gary, you don't get it. I'm good. I haven't even done social, and I'm doing 13 million a year. I'm like, what about 100 million? The thing that's fucking up almost everyone in this room is not that you're about to be dead or you're losing or declining. It's that you don't see how much upside you're leaving on the table. You can speak to that. Yeah. That's the young man I met when I met you first. I'm like, this fucking dude has no clue how much he's leaving. And you've started to reform, and can you please educate your friends here what the fuck has happened?
I tried. Why do you say that in the next 24 months, what do you see that in the next 24 months?
What I'm seeing is a bunch of fucking 40 and 50-year-olds just stood up and are using fucking ChatGPT versus Google. And here's the other thing, we're not going backwards. This is the thing that everyone like gets caught on. We're not going backwards, friends. Do you know how many people that grew up in the 30s and 40s thought the 80s and 90s was fucked up? We're not going backwards. You playing Pac-Man at your fucking pool club? There was some 60-year-old being like, that's crazy. We used to play stickball in the streets in Brooklyn. These kids are ruined. That's life, friends. That's life.
I'm a videographer. I love creating content, love shooting video, been doing it for 10 years. And I heard you say a few times, post on everything all the time.
Yep.
What advice would you give to the solopreneur who doesn't have the resources necessarily to hire a team to build a system to be able to do that consistently?
The good news is this is where AI is coming in a real way. And good news, the platforms are gonna do it for us. One of the reasons I haven't been recommending things, it is my belief that we will be uploading our videos to Meta and it'll be doing the AI editing for us because they know the distribution, and that will be replicated on the other platforms. So what I would say to you is a couple things. Literally, you have ChatGPT on your, beautiful. Literally, like I do, whether you type it or record, say you're a solopreneur, videographer, and you need to post on all 7, like literally, I do not believe that people know how to use AI yet. Just like we all had to learn how to use a search engine. I remember my first searches were like, wine, enter. You know, you didn't know how to use it. You literally need to ask the most detailed version of this question that you're asking me to ChatGPT and say, which 11 platforms and what process should I use? It will outflank my answer on this, and that's what you should do. But brother, there's something that ChatGPT may not say, which is the following. How many hours a day do you work? Don't bullshit me, Rob. I don't give a fuck. How many hours? 10. I think in that 10, you have to allocate 1 hour a day to this. And you need to be more efficient with your 9 to get 10 hours of work to 9. One of the biggest mistakes so many of you do in this room is you have 1 hour meetings for 30-minute meetings.
Yes.
Yeah. The 15-minute meeting will change your career. I am predominantly 15-minute meetings. I'm either 15 or 2 hours. The other mistake you make is you're doing an hour meeting for a 3-hour meeting. We all do it. I've got 5 full-time people and AI trying to analyze this for me all day long, and I still know I'm making mistakes every week. But I believe, brother, if you get better at your time management on your 10, start learning AI to make you even more effective, and you realize that there's just things that you're doing that could be 45 minutes instead of an hour to then give you a full hour. Again, notice what I said earlier, Rob. I think this ability to post on these platforms is more important than knowing how to balance your checkbook. There's almost nothing you do as a solopreneur videographer that is more important than posting for an hour a day on 7 platforms. Because it will lead to all of your business acquisition and retention, all of it. You see where I'm going, brother? You're welcome, my man.
Can I ask you a question, Gary?
Yeah.
My team started playing with where they, it's AI, and it's me, and it shoots its own video, and it's an AI video of me talking, and I started to see them. What do you think about when they're making content using the AI video of yourself?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Should we be doing that now?
The technology is like probably a year or 2 away.
Yeah, it's a little bit slow.
Like the way you're going to make videos is the way I'm going to make videos in 24 months is record, okay, I want a video of me in the snow, wearing a red cap, drinking hot cocoa, with a backdrop that looks like Jackson, Missouri, and I want to say the following things. And I want my face to be a little more tan, like I came from the Bahamas. And I want to have a little bit of a look of being concerned while I'm talking to everybody about the advancement of AI robots. Enter, video made.
That's where it's headed.
100%. It's here now.
I wanted to ask you, because we obviously were talking about developing a personal brand, and for some of us that are very multifaceted, where we are constantly seeing that there is a true advantage to being very specialized and being very consistent with the type of content that you're putting out and making sure that it's very consistent. How would you recommend that somebody that wants to put out different types of content that's very multifaceted do this in an effective way, and is it worth it even, or should you just stay spatialized? You're very,
I'm all over the place. My next post might be me garage sailing, the next one might be me in a business meeting, the next one might be about trading cards, the next one might be about AI, like I'm the person you're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
The content finds the audience.
Okay.
Let me really help. How many people are making content and are kind of in it? Raise your hands. I need you to all appease me and do me a favor. I want you to make 5 videos next week that are completely and utterly random, that gives an insight to who you are as a human, not a business person. I want you to make a video I'll make pretend the video right now. I want you to make a video where you've got the camera and you're eating a bowl of grape nut cereal. And you're eating it and you're like, I love grape nut cereal. I know most people don't because it doesn't have any kind of real sugar or flavor, but I do, and here's why. And let me tell you the story of how my grandma made me, like literally a personal video of something mundane. I want you to post it. 5 of them in the next 2 weeks. You will learn so much. The biggest mistake most of you are making and why you're not winning in social is you're not mixing it up enough. That part. You guys know who know me that I like the jets and that I like wine and that I like garage sailing. Like, you need multiple touch points, not just this narrow thing that you're a lawyer.
It's such a relief to hear you say that because I'm constantly being told the opposite. Like, you know, you can't be all over over the place with what you're posting.
Who's telling you that?
I mean, different
Name them.
No. But I'm going to a very important point. Who's telling you that? And I always say, judge the person that's giving you advice.
I mean, people that are like doing marketing will constantly tell you you want everything to be very consistent all the time.
Are they doing marketing better than me?
No.
And by the way, here's a really big insight. I would argue that all of my happiness in life, let alone my professional success, I'm really gonna go for impact here. I want everybody to hear this. I would argue that my happiness in life, let alone my professional success, is predicated on the fact that I love the word and in a world where all of you love the word or. So many of you can become radically successful being incredibly narrow. You can also be successful if you go wide. The reason most people don't go wide, by the way, darling, is most people aren't good enough to go wide. Ooh, now we're getting somewhere. Most people are not interesting or have enough information to go wide.
I don't know of a post I've seen you like talk about per se VaynerMedia. Like you were talking like, hey, follow me on VaynerMedia or sign up with this VaynerMedia. Like, and I think of VaynerMedia, I think of your massive, I think 2,500 employees, massive company of Vayner. I've never seen like, it's always just the shit you do on a more personal level.
My purpose when I post is, why is this good for the people on the other side? The reason I've never posted fancy watches or being on private planes or hanging out with famous people is I do not believe it brings anyone value.
Oh, shit. That's like against, 10,000, no, 100 million in social media influencers who rent planes that are not even in the air.
I believe that what that normally does when it's posted is not inspire the way that people want to say. I think it's incredibly selfish by the person posting, and I think it triggers insecurities for the person that's consuming.
Oh.
I don't post about VaynerMedia much because we service Fortune 500 companies. We service Pepsi and Chase Bank and the biggest companies in the world. 99% of my audience are not in that place. I will post about Vayner a little bit more on LinkedIn. For the people that have followed me, you'll see a snippet in there. But I am obsessed to why this is good for them, not why this makes me feel good.
I love that part about you think through from, if you post that, private jet shit, it can unlock an insecurity into them. Because social media has fucked up a lot of people. It's helped a lot of people, and it's fucked up a lot of people.
No, it's exposed everyone. Social media has exposed everyone. It's like money. My friends, money and fame has not changed one person in the history of time. It has exposed everyone. If you're a dick face and you get money, fame, and power, you become a real dick face. And if you are lucky, like I am, that you were incredibly parented and had the luck of circumstance of coming from little and being taught to be nice to people and have the best mom in the world that made you that way, when you got money, power, and fame, you became a better person.
Okay, so I've got my two daughters here. They're 12 and 14. They're here with us, and my biggest thing is to just be able to keep them constantly motivated to stay, pay attention to things that you teach and what we're learning here.
How?
How do you, like, give a suggestion on?
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on this. I think, look, first, how many people are parents? Raise your hands. All right, so quite a bit. Look, I think first and foremost, one of the things that I most love talking about is parenting. I'm on the receiving end of somewhere in the ballpark of 10 to 20,000 direct messages a week from kids between 13 and 23. And we're analyzing that data with AI a lot. I used to do it by hand. That's how I built my career. So I'm very passionate about this crew, especially because I grew up as a kid who was bad at school during the 80s and 90s, grew up in an immigrant family. Like, I was parented different, I had different outcomes, and then I watched what that meant to my life versus what a lot of other people did that they thought was the right way of doing it. When I see that many hands go up, the thing I'm most excited to talk about is parenting, and the thing I'm least interested in is to tell someone how to parent their child, right? So I love talking in general, but I think we all have much more context of who our kid is. So I think, first of all, both of them are different, even though they're just 2 years apart. I think the best thing that every parent can do in this room is to actually reverse engineer their actual child, not a thesis, right? You have to actually know who your kid is. You have to actually watch how they evolve. You have to actually care what do they care about, not what would you like them to care about. I think these are important frameworks. I also think that we need to be patient and also give them grace. If you're interested in them being constantly motivated, man, my friend, I am so fucking motivated, it's scary, and I've been all 50 years of my life, but there have been chapters in my life, I think back to 28 to 29, where I was like, was I really that motivated that year? Or was that a transition year in my personal life that led to the way that I rolled? You've got to make sure you give them grace. They can't be motivated every second. They're 14 and fucking 12. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit of that. So I think it's knowing when to put the thumb on the scale, knowing when to take it off. For a group like this that has accomplished so much, I'm sure a lot of people in this room are the first generation to accomplish a lot in their family. We all worry about the same shit, which is we came from little, we made fun of kids that had a lot because we outflanked them, and now we don't want our kids to be the kids that we made fun of. We all feel that, who've been through that journey. We need to be careful in that. It's very easy in that emotion to lose your relationship or the upside of having a great relationship. Our kids are different, they've got different variables, there's different things going on, but I think paying attention to them and seeing what makes them tick really matters. And then I think what you're doing now, and I see a lot of you are doing it, this is what a blessing. So many, like the number one thing you can do for a kid is give them exposure, right? Show them things. For a lot of them sitting in the room that I see right now, today will be a day that changes the course of how they see it. For others, they may realize they're not that interested in business or marketing, and that's a wonderful thing. That may lead them to finding what they want. Or today at 14, they're not interested and you're leaving deposits, and at 24, they might become interested in it and the deposit was left. So I think compassion, patience, and thoughtfulness is required. And I think most of all, and this is number one, and then we'll move on, you must parent your kid based on your kid, not based on what you think people think about your kid. The number one mistake that is happening is that a lot of you, and I mean this, actually care what people think about your kids' accomplishments, their grades, their sports, their money making, whatever it is that makes you tick. When a child, this is back to 20,000 DMs a week, when a child can smell that you are making them do things because you want to show them off to your siblings, your neighbors, or your friends' parents, versus pushing them based on what they like or what you believe in, you will lose them. Keep that in mind.
Liz. This is good. Let me ask you a follow-up question to this, because a lot of us here, right, we grew up in the 80s and 90s and so forth, and there's this, when you talk about child rearing, right, I just got my new baby, but how do you balance that, like, because sometimes I think we struggle with, we don't want too much screen time, we don't want too much, you know.
This is the least amount of screen time your kids will have in their entire lives. I just hope you all know that what you demonize as screen time today will seem unbelievably mundane in 20 years. We're not going backwards. Our kids are gonna live in pods. VR, AR, AI, they're gonna interact with robots on a day-to-day basis the way we interact with pet animals. What I promise you, and all of you who are 40, who's over 45 years old, raise your hands. All of you should know better. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why you should know better. Because you remember when a beeper was crazy good technology. Now, look, I'm of your generation too. I know when kids in high school had beepers, we all thought they were narcs, you know, or drug dealers, but again, all of you should know better. You all remember having a Razor phone or a BlackBerry, right? You remember pre-MySpace. If you were super nerdy, you knew what Friendster was, unlikely, but you remember MySpace, potentially. You know that over the last 20 years, things have evolved so much, so advanced. What do you think's gonna happen? It's just gonna start going backwards? This is the most lightweight integrating with screens and technology of the rest of your lives. You will, if you're so angry at screen time and technology, let me give you a preview. You will look back at today as the golden era and like the good times, because it's gonna get way fucking crazier. Thank you.
Andrew, we got back left.
Whoever's got it, go ahead, Mike.
And by the way, I apologize, back to what I said earlier, that is my macro. You can do whatever the hell you want with your kid. I love when people come up to me, they're like, Gary, I know you talk about TikTok, but I hate it, and I hate that my kid's on it. I'm like, so be a fucking parent and take it off their phone. This is the macro I'm talking about. You know your kid, you know what you want, but if you're delusional and you think it's gonna go back to us playing outside with our bikes, well then you may guide your child wrong. So you need to know what's up, but whatever you do, that's your fucking business.
Write that down.
I'm building a business empire in a specific niche, senior living.
Love it.
We have the fastest growing in the state of Georgia.
Amazing.
We're the first black-owned with multiple locations. But at this point, we still haven't figured out our marketing on all platforms yet.
Let me give you one right away, because I've helped a couple friends in senior living. This will crush. If you market videos and pictures to 50 to 70-year-olds on Facebook within a 5 to 10 mile radius of your locations. Got it? I just want to make sure you fully have it. Somebody on the team. I see him. 50 to 70 within 10 miles of the locations with videos and pictures of why your place is good, the videos of it, whatever you have to say. You will crush, because that is the demo that is putting their parents into senior living. Got it? So you're targeting people of the age that are higher propensity, likelihood to be putting their parents into senior living, 50 to 70, and you're marketing to people that live within 10. In fact, you could probably go up to 25 miles, and you'll need to test. You'll do some 5, 10, 25, you'll see how the math works. You put your phone number in there so that it's clickable in the copy. You will literally build a statue of me in your home if you do this at scale.
Thank you.
That is your marketing.
Thank you.
We owe computer recycling business.
Computer recycling?
Yes, so we essentially manage end of life of IT assets.
That's cool.
We offer services to get the product, and we recycle or resell after that.
That's cool.
hardest for us is to get in new contracts.
Of course, supply.
Life cycles are 6 months to a year.
Yep.
To get them. Our target audience is Fortune 100 and 500 companies.
How much content and ads are you spending on LinkedIn?
None, 0.
That's your answer.
So,
you know that gentleman sitting right in front of you that's going to build a statue in his house of me? This gentleman right there.
Yeah.
You also, sir, will build a statue of me if you listen carefully.
Okay, perfect.
Here's what I'd like you to do.
Okay.
I want you to make videos and pictures explaining what your company does in 100 different ways with different adjectives and different settings and different reasons that people would buy you. And I want you to post them organically on LinkedIn. When one of them gets 100 views, I want you to then turn it into an ad and target employees of Fortune 100 companies and change it to who's the human, what's the title of the person that makes the decision in a Fortune 100? Is it a CIO, CTO? Is it HR? Is it CFO?
It's a combination of all of them, depends on industry.
Makes sense.
Let's say enterprise, let's say CTO.
Great. You can literally run ads on LinkedIn, literally, that will be shown in the feed of Fortune 100 CTOs.
That's wild. That's wild.
LinkedIn is disproportionately the biggest opportunity in social media marketing if you're in B2B and no one's doing it. They'd rather go to fucking these conferences and get a booth or have sales teams and keep relying on sales teams when marketing. Do you know what companies do sales only? Ones that don't know how to do marketing.
Yeah.
When you do marketing, the business comes to you.
What AI tool you recommend for me to use for LinkedIn specifically to generate the content?
Again, back to the question from the young lady to the left of you, I'm gonna put that out, but it's, again, there's 8,000, and again, I'm not kidding. Go into ChatGPT right now and be like in detail, tell them where the fuck you live, how many employees you have. Like when you do, AI is not search. Search is like 7 words, as we all know, right? 3, 9, 13. I don't know if you saw how I used my AI. There's been times when I've recorded for 13 minutes and then hit send.
Wow.
Got it?
Wow.
Prompt engineering. I want all of you to write down the word prompt engineering and Google it or ChatGPT it and learn what it means. It is one of the great skills that you can teach yourself and everybody you know. It is the term for being good at what I'm talking about. So you should literally go in and say that. But first, before you think about the tools, have you ever played tennis?
Yeah.
How many people ever played a racket sport? Tennis, pickleball, something great. Have you ever seen, when you've gone to the court, somebody come out that you might be playing or might be on the other court, and they unzip their bag and they have fucking the best new Roger Federer sneakers and the fucking outfit with the fucking tights, and they got the armband and they got the best fucking paddle and they got the fucking best racket and the fucking visor, and they're fucking decked the fuck out, and you're like, oh shit, and then you watch them play and they fucking blow.
Yeah. No gain.
That's when you over-rely on tools.
Okay.
My friends, the AI tools, this is a perfect mic drop to end. The AI tools will be the commodity. How about that? The tools are gonna be the commodity. You knowing how to use the racket, the screwdriver, the wrench, the car, that is gonna be the fucking game.
Okay.
And by the way, that little rant, because I'm definitely gonna clip that and put in social, and I'll tell you why. That little rant right there should have eliminated all the fear you have in this room about AI and should give you tremendous optimism, unless you're too lazy to get good at it. That part. A lot of people complaining about AI, not because they're scared of AI, it's because they've already made too much money and they're a little complacent and they don't want to put in the fucking work.